Hey, what's up, guys? This is B. Jamin, the author of the book How to Make Money with Ebooks, and the publisher of HowExpert, which publishes how-to guides on all topics from A to Z by everyday experts and AI. This book, How to Write Comics, written by John Zakor, comic book legend. Go check him. Go Google him. He's a real life comic book writer. Uh, Another book, 52 Marathons in 52 Weeks by another legend, Carl Gruber, who actually ran 52 marathons in 52 weeks. Unbelievable. He's one of the top 10 plus people in world history recorded who actually ran 52 marathons, a marathon every single week. Go check him out on Wikipedia. And there's other books out there by everyday experts for all topics from A to Z. Paris 2.0. The Olympics are going on here in Paris. Paris 2.0. I published over 400 books. So whatever topic that you can think of, I most likely publish a similar topic or about that specific topic. Okay. This is Paris 2.0 by Caitlin Knuth. Another book, How Expert Got to Knitting by Jean Torrey. K-pop, Korean pop survival guide, written by Haley Marlin. Extreme Irony 101, unique topics. For all topics from A to Z. I go for core categories as well as unique niche topics. Here by Mary Claire Medina. That's actually her. Very unique type of sport called extreme ironing, where people go in unique adventures and they they iron their shirt or something. It's hilarious. How I got to belly dancing by Anita DeMosca, who's a real belly dancer. Play Writing 101 by Marsh Cassidy and so many more books. How Expert Guide to Knitting Socks, not just knitting, but knitting socks by the same author of How Expert Guide to Knitting. Independent Pro Wrestling by Matthew Sulia. How to Draw People by Elise White, and so forth. So today I want to show you behind the scenes publishing another new book by my publishing brand, How Expert. It's going to be about financial freedom. How Expert Guide to Financial Freedom. So let me show you behind the scenes. Again, if you want to check out my books, go visit my website, HowExpert.com. Click on the logo, and you'll be led to the Amazon page where I have published over 400 plus books, 407 and counting, for all topics from A to Z. My recent book was about world history, cloud spotting, personal development, dating and relationships, business and entrepreneurship, health and fitness, stone skipping, evangelism, jobs and career, Los Angeles, San Gabriel Valley, Koreatown, LA, self-publishing, artificial intelligence, homeschooling, bioactive terrariums for reptiles, and the list goes on. Mishawaka, Indiana, New York City, epoxy resin art, how to become a math teacher, playing the saxophone, about moss, cross-country running, Fort Myers, Florida, Columbus, Ohio, Montpelier, Vermont, triathlons, recycling, aquariums, crochet, scuba diving, Houston, Texas, and the list goes on and on, guys. Okay? So go check out my How Expert books, which is written by real life everyday experts. It's different than other independent publishers who hire ghostwriters to write about anything, right? On the flip side, for me, I hire real life everyday experts to write about the number one passion, knowledge, experience. So it's authentic books by real life everyday experts for all topics from A to Z. Now I'm using AI, so it's even more comprehensive. The books are longer, they're more organized, they're grammatically correct, and it's getting the best data from the internet and putting it into one book in an organized fashion. So if you're interested, go check out my books, How Expert Books, on Amazon, Barnes and Noble, Kobo, Google, Apple, and all the stores out there in all different formats, as an ebook, paperback, hardback, and audiobook. If you want to learn how to self-publish your own dream book, because they say 80 to 90% of people want to publish a book before they die. There's a saying that says, Jewish proverb I heard, saying that says, plant a tree, write a book, and have a child. That's for your legacy. So one of the ways to have a legacy of your own is to write a book. So if you want to learn how to write your own book and publish it out there on Amazon for life, go check out my online course at publishersystem.com, where I show you step-by-step how to self-publish your own book, whether it's for nonfiction like myself or fiction, because I have experience in both as a publisher, and I also have experience as a author for my book, How to Make Money with Ebooks, that hit #1 on Amazon's bestseller list for business and investing. The big category, not a small niche category, during its first month of launch. And I'll show you step by step how to publish your own book, either as an author or publisher for all genres. Okay, so get my online course at publishersystem.com. If you need assistance and help or coaching, go check out my done for you service at ebookborn.com, where I have different types of services, whether it's formatting your ebook or paperback book or hardback book or audio book. You do the writing and I'll take care of the rest on your own Amazon account, and you keep the rights and royalties for life for your own dream book, custom book. So if you want that, go check out my done for you service at ebookborn.com. If you need help with writing, I can use AI to create a book for you as well, or hire freelancers to do the writing for you. Okay, so I have writing services. If you need book design services, you can use my designer behind the scenes to do the design for you for an ebook, paperback, hardback, audiobook, whatever you want. Okay, if you need Amazon ads set up for you and maintained for you, you can hire me to help you get your Amazon ads done for you and maintain it for you if you need help. If you want to talk to me, just a coaching call, go check out my book author publisher coaching consulting. Okay, the price will most likely go up in the future, so lock in your prices right now just to ask me questions about publishing and whatnot, and you can learn. Okay, so anyways, moving on, my next book is HowExpert Guide to Financial Freedom, the ultimate handbook to managing money, investing, and building wealth. This is a 60,000 word book that translates into about 344 pages in a 6x9 format in paperback and hardback as well, available on an ebook as well, all the platforms out there. So I'm about to publish it behind the scenes. Let me show you behind the scenes. This is a publisher for, that's me right here. And let me show you behind the scenes and show you the table of contents. Chapter 1, Introduction, the journey of financial freedom. Why financial freedom matters. Financial freedom is important, financial independence. A lot of people, we don't learn about financial independence. School doesn't teach you about money. When I was 19 years old, I was in LAX visiting my cousin from Korea. Okay? Rest in peace, rest in power to her. She was my cousin. She passed away though. Rest in peace to her. But when I was there visiting her, pick her up, basically, I went to the LAX bookstore at the time, in the international airport, right? And Tom Bradley. And I went to the bookstore and I found a book called Rich Dad Poor Dad. And Rich Dad Poor Dad, I looked at the back of the book and there was an Asian guy. And at the time, this is 20 years ago and 20 plus years ago. And there was no Asian guys out there on TV, on media, or the books. And I was like, what is this? Rich Dad Poor Dad, how to be financially free or something? So I read the introduction while I was waiting at the airport. And it talked about two dads, this guy having two dads, Robert Kiyosaki. You know, one dad had a PhD. You know, one dad got a really nice and safe and secure job. The other dad only had an 8th grade level education. You know, the other dad never really got jobs, but one dad was financially free and the other wasn't. And at the end of the introduction, Robert Kiyosaki, the author, says he's glad that he listened to the dad who got 8th grade level education because he became financially free listening to the dad who only had 8th grade level education instead of the PhD. See, we've all been brainwashed by the matrix and the system and the schooling system and whatnot in society that go to school, get a good job. Well, and until I read that book, Rich Dad Poor Dad, and after that, I got that book. That convinced me to get that book. And I got that book. I read that book. It didn't quite make sense as a 19-year-old kid at the time, college freshman year at the time. And I read it, and it made a little bit of sense. But that book changed my life. And that book, guys, I believe everybody has to read that book. Rich Dad Poor Dad. Shout out to Robert Kiyosaki. Rich Dad Poor Dad, the #1 best-selling personal finance book of all time, they say, right? The #1 best-selling book of all time is the Bible. But when it comes to financial independence, that is a good starting point to learn from as well. Okay, Rich Dad Poor Dad. So shout out to Robert Kiyosaki. I've actually met him one time in Santa Monica in the Barnes and Noble for a signing. I took a picture with him, but I don't have that picture anymore. But I did meet him one time. Anyways, just like that, that book changed my life because it talked about importance of building a business, being an investor instead of being in the employee quadrant, in the self-employed quadrant. He also wrote another book called Cash Flow Quadrant. 4 types of people: business owner, investor. Those are the people who become financially independent, financially free. And the other people who struggle with money is the employee, which is majority of the population. Because you'll never really get ahead. You're on the rat race all the time. And also self-employed people, who are people who do it themselves. They're the superstars. They're the smart people, but they do everything themselves instead of delegating. That's why Robert Kiyosaki wrote another book called "It's Not the A Students Who Succeed." He has a book called A students work for, C students hire the A students, and B students work for the government. So you don't have to be super smart, to be financially independent. You just have to be smart in different ways, right? So anyway, based on that kind of inspiration, similarly, I'm also publishing a book called about personal finance. And this is a solid book. It covers all aspects of financial independence, how to be financially free, step by step. Again, disclaimer. I don't guarantee you're going to make any money at all reading this book. I have a disclaimer, a legal disclaimer in the book, so make sure to do your own due diligence and do your own research. It's not financial advice, okay? Do your own due diligence before taking action. But regardless, I'm telling you, do your own due diligence, study about financial independence, how to do it, because school does not teach us that, okay? Read Rich Dad Poor Dad, Cash Flow Quadrant. Also read this book, HowExpert Guide to Financial Independence, to kind of understand it, because society and school doesn't teach us that. That's why most people are broke, right? Right? Majority of people are struggling. I heard somewhere that say if you have $5,000 in savings, you're richer than 99% of people in the population, or something like that. In the world, it's crazy. So it's not just about having a good job. Okay, it's also how you spend it, money management, budgeting, investing, and so forth. Anyway, let me look into the table of contents and read it for you. Show you a quick preview. Book overview, Chapter 1, Introduction, the journey to financial freedom. Why financial freedom matters. How to use this guide. Chapter 2, Understanding financial freedom. What is financial freedom? The importance of financial independence. Setting up your financial freedom goals. Chapter 3, Assessing your financial situation. Calculating your net worth. Understanding your income and expenses. Identifying financial strengths and weaknesses. Chapter 4, Creating financial freedom plan. Creating a financial freedom plan. Setting smart financial goals. Developing a personal financial plans. And each chapter has a section and subsection. It's very detailed. I'm not reading the subsection right now for time purposes, but under developing a personal financial plan, there's a subsection about current financial assessment, goal setting, budgeting, savings plan, investment strategy, debt management plan, insurance and risk management, review and adjust, and so forth. Okay. 4.3, building a financial roadmap. Chapter 5, and also every chapter has a chapter summary, chapter review to summarize the main points. Okay, so you can really learn it to your fullest potential and move forward. Chapter 5, budgeting for financial freedom. Creating an effective budget, tracking and managing expenses, cutting unnecessary costs, living below your means. Chapter 5, review, budgeting for financial freedom. Chapter 6, increasing your income. Okay, like Grant Cardone says, one of the main ways to be more financially free, independent, is don't worry only about just cutting expenses. Just increase your income. Okay. So strategies to increase, that's like the main biggest thing, right? If you come to 80-20, you got to increase your income. You got to make more money. Strategies to increase your salary. Okay. If you have a job, exploring side hustles. If you want to build a side hustle, I highly recommend that. I used to work at a convenience store. On the side, I built my online business until my online business made more than my convenience store job. Living with my parents at the time. So eventually I quit my convenience store job and I could move. My side hustle became my full-time online business. So I truly believe this, okay? 6.2, exploring side hustles and freelance work. building passive income streams, maximizing your earning potential. Chapter 6, review and so forth, increasing your income. Chapter 7, saving and investing. The importance of saving. It's important to save. It's not how much you make, it's how much you keep, they say, right? Building an emergency fund. Just like Dave Ramsey says. Introduction to investing. Investing is the key to success. It's not just about how much you make and save all day. Invest. So let your money work for you instead of you work for your money, like Robert Kiyosaki says. 7.4, investment vehicles. There's different vehicles: stocks, bonds, mutual funds, ETFs, and it goes in detail each subsection. Chapter 8, debt management and elimination. 8.1, understanding different types of debt. Strategies for paying off debt. You have a lot of debt right now, credit card debt, whatever type of debt. There's strategies here, explain step by step how to get rid of your debt. A lot of people have debt problems. You need to get this book and read this section, okay? 8.3, debt snowball versus debt avalanche, the different type of theories, and you're going to learn about it. Avoiding future debt, build an emergency fund, live below your means, use credit wisely, regularly review your finances, educate yourself, set financial goals. Chapter 9, building wealth through investment. A lot of successful people who are really financially successful, they don't make money. Even the people with jobs, they're financially free. A lot of them, some of them, right? You know how? It's not through their job income. It's through investing. Like Robert Kiyosaki says in the cash flow quadrant, you got to also be an investor. If you have a job, it's okay. At least be an investor. Put 10% into investing, as they say, right? The Richest Man of Babylon, another book that talks about the importance of saving 10% and investing 10% and giving away 10%. Okay? Chapter 9, building wealth through investments. 9.1, advanced investment strategies. Dollar cost averaging. This is important. Value investing, growth investing, dividend investing, options trading. 9.2, diversification and risk management. Long-term versus short-term investments. Real estate investment. That's another important thing. The most financial free, independent, and rich people out there in the world, they all have investments, especially real estate. So if you want to learn a little bit about real estate, 9.4, this is a section to check into, right? And learn from type of real estate investments, benefits of real estate investment, risk of real estate investment, tips for successful real estate investment. They say whatever you buy real estate, it doubles in value every 10 years. And that's probably true, okay? I'm telling you. I have real estate too. It doubles in value. It's crazy. Okay, so learn about real estate investment. Chapter 10. I know it's not easy these days, but at least learning. Stay ready to get ready, okay? Chapter 10, retirement planning, understanding retirement accounts, 401k, IRA, Roth IRA. They talk about Roth IRA every single year. Put $6,000 a year, whatever the cost may be, right? Because you don't have to pay taxes on Roth IRA. It's different. Only when you take it out. So this is pretty interesting. Roth IRA, go check it out. This is for everyday people. Go check it out, okay? 10.2, calculating your retirement needs, building a retirement portfolio, Social Security. This is the future, and pension plans. Don't just look at it. Don't only for now. Also look at the future as well, right? Chapter 11, tax strategies for financial freedom. 11.1, understanding the tax system. Okay, they say the biggest expense is taxes. So learn about the tax strategies and what's going on. It's 11.2, tax planning and optimization. Tax advantage accounts. Hold on a second. Oh, this is fantastic. Let's go back here. Tax strategies is... Okay, let's go back. Tax planning and optimization. Tax advantage accounts. Reducing your tax burden. Okay, chapter 12. Protect your wealth. 12.1, insurance basics. Health, life, disability, property. Estate planning and wills. Okay, these are all important information, especially if you have family and whatnot. Learn about wills, trusts, power of attorney, advanced healthcare directive, beneficiary designations. You want to pass down your wealth to your kids and your family in your future. Estate tax planning and so forth. 12.3, legal considerations and asset protection. Okay, asset protection trusts, limited liability entities, homestead exemption, and so forth. 12.4, avoiding financial scams and frauds out there, monitoring and reporting. Chapter 13, mindset and habits for financial freedom. Money is a mindset, they say. There's a difference in the way people think about money. The difference between rich and poor when it comes to money. It's really comes from the mind. You have to have abundance mindset. Sometimes people are so poor-minded they want to do everything themselves, and just to say they'll drive hours and hours just to use a little coupon to save 50 cents. Rich people don't think like that. They think about the big picture. Time is money. They'd rather, if they go to Costco, for example, you see people waiting in line hours to save a little bit on gas. That's poor thinking, with all due respect, right? You can make more in that hour waiting in line for a Costco gas line, okay? Instead of just saving $2 or whatever. It's a mindset. Chapter 13, mindset and habits for financial freedom. Developing a wealth building mindset. 13.2, habits of financially successful people. You'll learn these habits from them. If you don't have people who are rich around you, don't worry. This book will teach you how they think so you can think like that. Okay? 13.3, overcoming financial fears and limitations. 13.4, staying motivated and focused. Chapter 14, living a financially free life. Lifestyle choices for sustained freedom. Balancing spending and saving. Charitable giving and philanthropy. It's important to give. It's not all about you just hoarding away all the money yourself. Sometimes when you give, God provides. You give, you receive. The Bible says it's better to give than to receive. And sometimes it's weird. When you give, you let go, you give, you get many-fold more. Okay, so the importance of giving. It's also talked about in The Richest Man in Babylon, another best-selling book. 10% is not just saving. 10% is not just investing, but 10% you give. So if you have an opportunity to give, whether it's just through a homeless person here or there, you have a sense, give, you receive it back, okay? Think abundantly, charitable giving and philanthropy. 14.4, enjoying the benefits of financial freedom. Chapter 15, resources and tools. Recommended books. You want further reading and details to learn more about financial independence? Recommended books and websites, financial calculators and apps, professional financial advisors and coaches, continuing education and learning, such as online courses, seminars and workshops, podcasts and webinars to check out, financial literacy programs, financial news and publications. You want to check out more details? Go check out the references here. Chapter 16, real life examples and successful strategies from real life public figures out there. 16.1, Warren Buffett, long-term investing and value investing. What did he do? You can actually learn what Warren Buffett did. He did long-term investing and value investing. You'll learn about that in this one of the latter chapters, okay? 16.2, Oprah Winfrey, diversifying income streams and brand building. You'll learn how Oprah Winfrey became financially independent and free, okay? Elon Musk, entrepreneurship, building a business, and innovation. He does things differently. He innovates and builds a business. How did he do that? How did he become financially free? Susie Orman, a well-known author, financial planning and debt management. You'll learn about her main key principles and lessons. Dave Ramsey, another well-known financial expert. Budgeting and debt elimination. He talks about that. So you'll learn about how to do that. So you'll learn all the top financial gurus out there in this section, in this chapter. Richard Branson, risk-taking and diversification. Tony Robbins, personal development guru and expert and motivational speaker, wealth mindset and personal development. Chapter 17, conclusion, recap of key points, final thoughts of financial freedom, encouragement for your journey. Chapter 18, appendices, glossary of financial terms from A all the way to Z. 18.2, I'm not finished yet. We've got templates and worksheets such as budget template, net worth worksheet, debt repayment plan to get rid of your debt, savings goal tracker, investment portfolio tracker, And 18.3, additional readings and references, such as books, websites, podcasts, online courses, and more. So again, this is a preview of my next book, How Expert Guide to Financial Freedom. Here are the covers that I'm working on behind the scenes. Most likely I might go with this one. Shout out to my designer. I'm working behind the scenes. I got the cover image from Deposit Photos that I just looked at yesterday. Here's another version. I was looking at that one as well. That's another good one. And here's a third one. And to be frank, these are the three. I think I will most likely, I kind of like this one. This one I might have to pass because I did another book cover similar to this color. It's either this or this, but I kind of like this one. It's simplified. The pictures makes a point. It's about money. It's about financial independence, growing your money. Straight to the point. It's not too cluttered. So I may actually go with this. Okay. So moving on. How Expert Guide to Financial Freedom, the ultimate handbook to managing money, investing, and building wealth. Here's a behind the scenes of publishing the book, behind the scenes for Amazon Kindle Publishing, okay? Kindle Direct Publishing. And I'm going to do all the platforms right now behind the scenes. Real quick, for time purposes, I'm not going to spend time explaining it. If you want more detailed explanation how to self-publish a book for all the platforms, get my course. Click that link below the video, and I'll show you several different examples how to publish a book step by step. Okay. Now everything's good to go. The pricing is done. My favorite button to click as a publisher, independent publisher, is the publish button. Click. Done. Congratulations, your Kindle ebook has been submitted. Okay, just like that. Boom. Next, moving on to the next platform, Kobo. Kobo is a Canadian platform, but they're very easy to use. Shout out to them. I believe they work with Walmart.com. I may be wrong, but every book, a lot of books I publish here, they somehow show up on Walmart.com. So I think that's the case. Okay. Anyways, this is the pricing. This is one of the last tests, but I'd like to finalize the pricing with 99. I just like that. Okay. And if it's a similar pricing, British and European regions, I just ended at $9.99. That's just the way I like to do it. And $79.99. Just to maximize the price, I like to end it at $99. Okay. $189.99, $309, $14.99, $501.99, $139.99. Just keep it like that. $9.99. Okay. Fantastic. Save and continue. Kobo, publish. We'll take it from here. First, we'll do a content review, which takes about 24 to 72 hours. Then we'll list your ebook in the Kobo store. Fantastic. Google Play Book Store, which shows up on the Google, on all the Android apps, Google app. Then there'll be a section on top that says books. Go to Google Apps if you're interested in getting this book on Google on your phone. And go to Google Apps, like where you download all the apps, and then click on books and check out Books by HowExpert, and you'll get all my books for all topics from A to Z, especially this book. This book is important. They say the three categories that are essential are health, wealth, and relationships. Okay? Health, wealth, and relationships. This is about wealth. And I'm doing all core categories, and I want to definitely do a book about wealth. And this is it, guys. I could have called this How Expert Guide to Personal Finance, but I was doing using AI for research, and they say this title was a little bit more likely to be more attractive to the masses. So I went with this, Financial Freedom. I may do another book called Personal Finance. We'll see. But it won't be the same content. It'll be different, of course. But I just went with this one, okay? Continue. This is Google Play Book Store. Okay. Fantastic. For $9.99, you have the ability to understand how to be financially independent, potentially be financially independent and free. Again, income disclaimer, I do not guarantee you'll make any money at all, or you will be financially free. Do your own due diligence and contact your professional advisor and so forth. I have to say that for legal discussion. But for $10 you spend on a hamburger or wherever dinner you go to by yourself, or coffee these days, okay? For that, for a drink, you go out for a drink. You won't invest in yourself about financial independence and freedom, but you will invest in a drink, a coffee. That doesn't make sense to me. You need to get this book, okay? Get this sorted in your life because the majority of people are struggling month to month. So get this book so you can learn a lot more. Get your financial mindset, okay? You need to learn more about financial independence because school hasn't taught you, okay? No one has really taught you. Publish. Congratulations, you successfully added your book to Google Play and Google Books. Now, moving on, barnesandnoble.com. Put on sale. This I'm going to go to the faster version, okay? Put on sale. Fantastic. It is publishing, and just to prove to you, this is my book here on myidentifiers.com. I have over 2,000 ISBNs because I have hundreds of books in multiple different formats as an ebook, paperback, hardback, audiobook, How Expert Guide to Financial Freedom, and ISBN that I own, okay? I will post this as a job in the future on ACX, which is the Amazon audiobook platform, okay? Where I turned the book into an audiobook. As you can see, I've published over 499 books already, 499 books, and I have 32 books already that are, some have received 5 auditions, some have received 300 auditions, some have received 292 auditions, over 100 auditions here, Epoxy Resin Art, and 200 auditions for Houston, Texas, 182 auditions. So I'm very picky with the process of hiring a narrator, and I will post this new book, How Expert Guide to Financial Freedom, on ACX, looking for the best narrator as possible. I'm not here to show off or impress you, but impress upon you. I've worked with narrators who've done national bestseller books, such as Market Wizards. One of my books called How Expert Guide to Bodyguarding, the narrator I found out did a book for Market Wizards, which is a national classic, okay? Bestseller, interviewing the best stock investors out there. And he did the revised version, and he did a book, audiobook for me. I was like, what the heck? That's crazy. And I've also done I've hired a narrator, did audiobooks for me, a couple other audiobooks, who I later on, when I was watching TV, she's on a TV show. Not only one time she was on a TV commercial, and another time I saw her, she's on a TV show on a CBS, I believe, as a regular actress. That's when I realized, you know what, guys, I cannot just hire anyone and everyone. And all due respect to the people who send me auditions, you are everyday people out there. I respect you, and no disrespect, but you have to have experience. From now on, I'm looking for people who have real life experience on Audible as an audiobook narrator. If you do, then I'll take you seriously. If you don't, I still will listen to your audition, but I'm really looking for the best of the best now, because one audiobook is not going to change my life. So I hear a lot of these auditions lately, and they just have no experience. I'm like, are you serious? I'm not just going to hire anyone and everyone just because I feel like, okay, that's not the reality of life. And I hope I'm teaching you a lesson and giving you feedback. You need to have the best microphone and the best voice, the best tonality, the best reading speed, the best pitch, and your voice cannot be robotic. It has to have personality behind it. It has to sound natural. It can't sound forced. So I've listened to tens of thousands of narrators audition over the years, because I've done over 500 books, almost 500 audiobooks. So, and with all due respect, if you've done audiobooks in the past and sent me auditions and I haven't hired you, you don't have to send me auditions anymore. Okay? And here's another small little pet peeve I want to air out. If you send an audition and this is very for the minority of people. If you sent me a message that was very negative, or sent an auditions complaining or whatever, don't think I don't remember you. Okay, there's a saying, don't bite the hand that feeds you, right? I don't understand. Some of these narrators, they get frustrated, they're not hired, and they send me a negative message, or they send me an audition saying some negative stuff, and then they think I don't remember. And no wonder I don't hire you. And you still send me auditions that you think you're going to get hired. Why would I hire you if you talk trash to me? This is not a lot of people, by the way. This is a minority of people. It just boggles my mind. Don't bite the hand that feeds you. You're gonna send negative messages to me through audition or a message, and you think I'm gonna still hire you? I want to air that out because I'm not gonna hire you. You'll never be hired. End of story. Period. So I just want to let some of y'all know, stop sending me auditions. To those people, the few people who sent me, who complained, and some of them were outright even racist. I'm going to say it. And you think I'm going to hire you? The audacity. Okay? I never said this before, but I'll say it right now. And you have the audacity to send me auditions again, thinking I don't know. I know everything. I hear every single audition. I see every single message. I don't forget. Okay? So it's better for you to stop wasting my time and your time sending me auditions if you were negative to me, because I will never forget. Okay? Let's get that out of the way. Anyways, moving on. My next book I'm working on, How Expert Guide to Education. Okay? I'm going to take I already published How Expert Guide to Financial Freedom. My next book is about How Expert Guide to Education. This is another solid book I'm working on behind the scenes. Here are some images I'm taking a look at. Okay, maybe this one. Oh, this is a pretty good one. And let me show you behind the scenes, okay? Yeah, I had to air that out because I never said it before, but I hear some auditions from people who said negative comments before. Are you serious? And you think I'm going to hire you? This is not a majority of people, by the way. This is only like a handful of people and whatnot. It just boggles my mind. You know? Moving on. My next book. Hold on one second. Let me show you my next book. How Expert Guide to Education. How Expert Guide to Education. Let me show you the behind the scenes. This is the chapters. Let me just go through the chapters, not the sections. Chapter 1. This is a solid book that I'm working on right now behind the scenes. Already. I'm done with one book, and I'm moving on to the rest. Next. Rinse and repeat. How Expert Guide to Education. I want to do all core categories from A to Z. All topics from A to Z, but starting with the main core categories. And so one of the main categories is, health and fitness, business and entrepreneurship, jobs and careers. I've done books about that. Finances, financial freedom, personal finance. And the next one, education. So I wanted to do a book about education for all levels, right? And this is going to be a solid book. I'm not even finished with the book, and it's already 67,000, almost 66,000 words. How Expert Guide to Education, the ultimate handbook for lifelong learning, effective teaching, and educational success. Chapter 1, Introduction. Chapter 2, Early Childhood Education. Chapter 3, Primary and Secondary Education. Chapter 4, Higher Education. Chapter 5, Vocational and Technical Education. Chapter 6, Lifelong Learning. Chapter 7, Skill Development. Chapter 8, Self-Education. Chapter 9, Online Learning. Chapter 10, Educational Tools and Resources. Chapter 11, Financial Planning for Education. Chapter 12, Educational Challenges. Chapter 13, Career Education. Chapter 14, Global Education. Chapter 15, Parental Involvement in Education. Chapter 16, Educational Policy and Reform. Chapter 17, Future of Education. Chapter 18, Conclusion, Appendices, Glossary of Educational Terms, List of recommended educational resources, educational research and studies, Appendix D, frequently asked questions, sample education plans and templates, additional reading and reference materials, contact information for educational organizations and support services. So stay tuned for my next book, How Expert Guide to Education, the ultimate handbook for lifelong learning, effective teaching, and educational success. I didn't go through each section for the chapters, but it's very detailed. Okay, for all levels, early childhood education, the foundation of learning, developmental milestones, and so forth. Curriculum standards is for learning, for teaching, and so forth. Okay, so behind the scenes, I'm working on my next book in terms of finding the right book cover image. I think I just found one just right now in this video, actually. Because prior to this video, I was actually looking at the images, and my favorite so far, I was looking at the main terms here, were this. It's all right though. It's not that great, but it kind of stood out. But I'm gonna be honest, it's not the best image. Okay, I like a comprehensive, encompassing type of image. Um, this is not that bad either, but it's not. This is decent, but it could be better, right? I don't know. It's not that bad. It's a good cartoon, but this is it's not that bad either. But this one, I think this stands out a little bit because it's multiple people, it's different colors, and I don't like I don't like the word ebook, but I have a designer who can actually edit this, so he can actually probably get rid of these some of the words like ebook and space and that. I don't. Okay, so I'm gonna go with this potentially. I still need more time to look for the right image, so I'll go from there. Okay, so stay tuned for my next book, How Expert Guide to Education, and go get my latest book, How Expert Guide to Financial Freedom. Okay, on all platforms out there. Okay, I want to keep this positive. I had to say what I had to say, but publisher journey behind the scenes for my publishing brand, How Expert. Thanks for watching the video. Again, if you want to learn more about self-publishing, go check out my resources such as publishersystem.com for my online course, Done For You service at ebookborn.com. Check out all my books at howexpert.com and Amazon for all topics from A to Z. Okay. Thanks for watching the video. I got to go. Talk soon.